Hey, QR, we're going to go over some different sampling techniques. So in statistics, we are going to gather and analyze some data so that we can make some decisions. It is divided into two branches. We have descriptive statistics, which is collection, organizing, and analyzing data. We have inferential, and we're going to make some general predictions about it. Data is what we're going to collect. Population is all the people of interest. So maybe we're talking about high school students, and we would like to talk about all high school students. But it's not reasonable to poll every single high school student in the United States. And so that is why we take a sample. We get a subset of the population. So this sample is used to make inferences about the entire population. Why would we use a sample? Because getting to the entire population can be cost prohibitive. It could be too time consuming. When we are conducting an experiment, we would like an unbiased sample. So we would like the sample to replicate the entire population with regard to income, education, gender, etc. So whatever the population looks like, we want to make sure our sample looks the same. So we have 5 different sampling techniques that we're going to utilize. Random sampling is like drawing names out of a hat. It is done in such a way that each item has an equal chance of being drawn. It is like picking names from a hat. Maybe we're going to do it electronically, and you're going to assign every person in your class a number, and you're going to use the random number generator on your calculator. The next one is systematic sampling. So we start at a random starting point and then select every nth item. So it would be like I pick every 5th person that walks into my room. The next one that we have, oops, not that color, is a cluster sample. So in a cluster sample, we are going to divide it into groups or units, and then we are going to select all of them, just selecting groups. And then we're going to select all. So I showed a video in class, and it was like dividing a city maybe into certain zip codes. And then it would be saying, okay, I'm going to select everyone in that zip code, and that zip code, and that zip code. And that is going to be my sample. The next one that is super similar to that is called stratified. In stratified, though, we are going to divide the population, and then we're going to select them. In the video that we watched, they were splitting people into age groups of their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. And they were talking about their financial status. And then they're going to do a random sample from each one of the people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. So you're going to split them and then do a random sample. Maybe you're going to split the high school into freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and then you're going to do a random sample of 3% of each group. Maybe at the college level, you're going to split them by majors, and then you're going to do a random sample. And then the last one is convenient sample. Convenient sample is data that is easily or readily obtained. So maybe you have an assignment and you have to poll some people and you're kind of lazy and you just poll the people in my class. All right, so there are some downsides to convenience sampling. For me, I basically only teach juniors and seniors. And so if you were trying to get data about the entire school, that would not get you data about the entire school because my students can drive, they can get a job, and the freshmen and most of the sophomores cannot. So those are some of the upsides and downsides to each sampling. All right, so identify the sampling technique used. I'm going to pick every 20th soup can coming off the line. All right, so it said every 20th, and so this is systematic because you're picking at a specific interval. A $50 gift certificate is given away. Tickets are placed in a bin, mixed up, and then the winning ticket is selected by a blindfolded person. All right, so they're going to be mixed up. So this is random sampling. So they were put in a bin, and every single person had a chance to be selected. All right, children are classified based on the neighborhood school they attend. A random sample of 5 schools is selected. All the children from each selected school are included in the sample. All right, so we're going to classify them by neighborhood. So we're going to divide them up. We're going to do a random sample of 5 schools. And then the key here is all the children from the school are going to be in the sample. This is what cluster sampling looks like. So in a cluster, they were divided up, and then we selected all from a few choices. The first 50 people entering the zoo are asked if they support an increase in taxes to support a zoo expansion. So we have people entering a zoo asking about taxes to support a zoo. So this is what convenience sampling looks like. They didn't go to very much trouble, and people are probably going to be pretty biased that, yeah, I support more taxes for the zoo because I like coming to the zoo. All the registered vehicles of California are classified according to type. So we are classified by subcompact, midsize, full-size, SUV, and truck. And then we're going to do a random sample from each category. So this is what stratified looks like. We were divided up, and then we did a random sample from each group. So that's what we're going to do today. Thank you so much.